What's good, guys? This is Dave from DW Fitness. I hope you guys are all having a great week. So this week I'm making a simple upper body mobilization release focused video based on a request on the channel. And I just really wanted to emphasize 6 basic exercises today. So this first one is the T-spine roll. I've shown you guys this in past videos regarding overhead movement, and I do this movement every single day. And it's something that is so useful for postural correction and just overall spine mobility. So it's very useful for just improving your overhead mobility when you're doing overhead movements. And what I recommend is just inching up slowly up and down, avoiding the lower back because the lower back is meant for stability. Another thing I didn't mention before, I don't think, was to avoid lifting your hips off the floor because this will take emphasis off the T-spine mobility drill. So I wanted to include this as an important drill to include in your daily mobility routine. This next one is a Serratus Anterior Release. So this muscle is very important because it functions to actually provide for proper scapular control and protraction of the scapula. It helps prevent a winging of the scapula. So if this muscle gets excessively tight though, it can actually lead to poor posture and hunched posture because it will be in constant activation, and it could lead to asymmetry of the scapula even if it's excessively tight on one side. So by targeting this, you simply roll onto your ribs. Generally around the nipple line is where the trigger point will be. The main trigger point for a lot of people is on the 6th rib, but for others it could be at different places. So I recommend just moving around in that area. This is the next one, is the Latissimus Dorsi release. So tightness here can also lead to hunched posture, increased risk of impingement, and just generally less overhead mobility as well, because the lats are internal rotators, and if they're very tight, they're going to inhibit that movement. So this one here is a chest release, and by combining stretching and trigger point pressure here as well, you can prevent tightness. What I love about this specific drill is it helps to target all the fibers of the chest pretty well. I enjoy incorporating it throughout the day. I put the AccuBall or tennis ball onto my chest, and then I go into both flexion, abduction, and then I go into a generalized pec stretch to really target all the fibers. When you go into flexion, it actually more emphasizes the upper fibers, the clavicular fibers of the chest. When you're going into abduction, it's more sternal and mid-lower fibers are more focused. And then when you go into a generalized pec stretch, this is a really great stretch to just target the whole chest as a whole. So I recommend giving this a go if you guys feel you have really tight pecs. It will combine both release and stretch at the same time. Now this one here can be a little bit tricky. It's a subscapularis release, and excess tightness here can lead to restricted external rotation of the shoulder, which again is just bad for overall shoulder health. So by really releasing the subscap, you can kind of allow your shoulders to get more external rotation. You're gonna see here, after I do the drill, I retest and my external rotation is better. But you have to move around. It can be tricky to find the trigger point. It's between the ribs and the scapula, shoulder blade. So here's a retest. The last one is a Levator Scap release, and excess tightness here as well can lead to neck pain, poor posture, and headaches. So I recommend basically just putting the ball on your upper trap area and then going slowly into shoulder flexion and just going really slow, focusing on just getting that muscle released. It can be very painful, so take your time and only go to the point where you feel you can handle the pain and that it's not too much. It's a great trigger point to target if you're dealing with headaches, neck pain, or anything of that sort from upper trap tightness. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave your feedback below, and I'll plan on making more videos of this nature if you like it. All right, peace guys.